Good morning to, good afternoon to one and all. I am R.V. Kiran, Assistant Professor, Department of Mechanical Engineering, Chevron Engineering College. Today, in this class, I am going to explain about the types of bonds. So, this is my second class regarding to the types of bonds, and this is my ninth class regarding to the subject metallurgy and materials science. So in the previous class we have discussed about the different types of pure substances and which depends on the different structures of the bonding: ionic, covalent and metallic. We have seen the examples there. So in the ionic bond I have taken the example as sodium chloride. So we have also discussed about the strong bonds between the ions which have the high melting and boiling points. And next we have seen the some of the ionic compounds of melting points of the ionic compounds. So different ionic compounds have been seen from 677 degrees to 2707 degrees. We have seen the different examples between the charged ions which conducts the electricity. So this is a good example for the conduction of electricity. First one is the pure water, solid salt, and last one is the salt solution. So for the first two cases, that is pure water and solid salt, we can connect electricity cannot conduct in the materials, but in the solid solution it can conduct electricity. So that is the dissolved ionic compounds. We have seen the simple molecular substances also. So there have been two types of bonds between the atoms. First one is the strong bonds and the second one is the weak bonds. So you can see in the picture that difference between the two. So this is a strong bond regarding the thick structure between the positive and negative atoms, and this is a weak bond between the molecules. So these molecules are easy to separate. So whenever some force will be applied, the molecules are easy to separate, and when the molecules are in the strong bonds, the molecules is very hard to break up. So that is very hard to break up. So this is the difference between the two bonds, that is hard bonds and weak bonds, that is strong and weak bonds. Next, I have taken the difference between the three states, that is solid, liquid and gaseous state. Simple molecular substances can only be a liquid or a solid when the temperature is low enough for the weak bonds to pull the molecules together. So that is, whether it is a liquid or solid, these molecular substances temperature is very low enough for the weak bonds only because of its bonding structure. So they will be pull the molecules together. So they are pulling the molecules together in the weaker sections bonds when comparing to the gaseous state. So in the gaseous state, we all know that there is a weaker bond between the two molecules. There is a weaker bond between the two molecules, so it is very weak in structure. But comparing to the solids and liquid, it is very low. Solids has a very good strong bonds. So you can see in the picture that they are obtaining a strong bond structure here. But in the liquid, it is somewhat less. So that is the basic difference between the weak bond and the strong bond. This means some molecular substances have very low melting and boiling points. So these molecular substances has very low melting and boiling points. Let's see some of the molecular substances. So first of all, I am taking the water H2O. So I am taking the water as the example. So the melting point of the water is 0 degrees centigrade. So it is very less, that is 0 degrees centigrade. And the boiling point of the water is 100 degrees centigrade. So the boiling point of the water is 100 degrees centigrade. And the type of state at room temperature. So generally the water is in liquid state at room temperature. So it is liquid at room temperature, that is water is at liquid state at room temperature. Next we are taking the butane. So the chemical formula for the butane is C4H10. So 4 carbon atoms and 10 hydrogen atoms, C4H10. The melting point of the butane is minus 138 degrees centigrade, and the boiling point of the butane is minus 0.5 degrees. So it is very less, but somewhat less than the melting point, that is minus 138 degrees. So the butane state at room temperature is gaseous state. So it is in the form of gaseous state. Next, it is methane, that is CH4. So the melting point of the methane is minus 180 degrees centigrade, and the boiling point is minus 164 degrees centigrade. The state is gaseous state. Next, coming to the carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide has no melting point. The boiling point of the carbon dioxide is minus 78 degrees, which is in the form of gaseous state. And next one is the oxygen compound. Melting point is minus 218 degrees and boiling point is minus 183 degrees. So the melting and boiling points are very high, very less, and the state is gaseous state. Last one, it is hydrogen. The melting point is minus 259 degrees centigrade, boiling point is minus 252, and the state is gaseous state. So these are the different types of compounds and its melting points and boiling points, and the state at the room temperature. You can see the solid oxygen and liquid oxygen in the pictures. So the liquid oxygen is in the form of a water droplets, but the solid oxygen is in the form of a small pieces, that is a foam like element. మనకి పీచు మిఠాయి ఎలా ఉంటుందో అలా ఉందమ్మా మనకి సాలిడ్ ఆక్సిజన్ అనేది డ్రై ఐస్ లాగా ఉంటుంది అనమాట. లిక్విడ్ ఆక్సిజన్ వచ్చేసరికి మనకి లిక్విడ్ ఫామ్ లో దొరుకుతుంది. సో దీస్ ఆర్ ది two types of the oxygen, that is solid oxygen as well as the liquid oxygen. Next one, as the bonds between the molecules are weak, simple molecular substances are weak and soft when solids. So these are the different forms. in which these simple molecular substances are weak and soft when solids. As the molecules are not charged, simple molecular substances don't conduct electricity when solids, liquids or gases. So they do not conduct electricity in the solids, liquids and gases. But as the molecules are not charged, so when these molecules are not charging, the molecular substances don't conduct electricity. Next, coming to the second type, joint molecular substances. So we have already studied about the simple molecular substances in the meta covalent bond. Now it is the second type, that is joint molecular substances. In these materials, strong covalent bonds join atoms together with other atoms of the same type to make giant structures. To make the giant structures, they have the same type rather than the little groups. So they maintain a very large atoms which can bond every molecule. So they can making the very strong bonds regarding to the covalent structure. Then you can see it in the picture. It is the shape of the diamond. So the diamond structure is given here. So these are the strong bonds here. So all the strong bonds is the linkages between two atoms. And the violet color, sorry, that is a pink color, I think. The pink color molecules are carbon atoms. So every carbon atom joined to 4 other carbon atoms in the diamond structure. You can see it in the picture. This is only part of the structure. The same pattern carries on in every direction. So this is the only some part, but this is the structure. So there is a number of parts from this structure, and every carbon atom contains can be joined to other 4 carbon atoms. And this diamond structure have very strong bonding between the two molecules. That is the main thing in the joint molecular substances. Next one is the silica, that is silicon oxide. Chemical formula is SiO2, which has a similar structure to the diamond. So which has a similar structure to the diamond shape. Here blue color atoms is called silicon atom, and brown color atoms is called as oxygen atoms. In this structure, every silicon atoms has joined with the 4 oxygen atoms. So you can clearly see it in the picture. So this is a silicon atom here, and these 4 are, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, and this is the 4th one. These 4 atoms is the are the oxygen atoms, which is combined to the silicon atom. So silicon oxide. So every silicon atom has to be joined to the 4 oxygen atoms. So silica is the main substances in the rocks. So you all know, మీ అందరికి తెలిసిందమ్మది. సో ఇసుకలో కానీ లేకపోతే రాళ్లల్లో కానీ ఎక్కువగా మనకి మెయిన్ సబ్స్టెన్స్ అనేది సిలికానే ఉంటది. So pure silica is called as quartz. So pure ga manaku only ఒక టైప్ ఆఫ్ సిలికా మాత్రమే మనకి అప్టైన్ అయితే దాన్ని క్వార్ట్జ్ మెటీరియల్ అని అంటారు. సో క్వార్ట్జ్ మెటీరియల్ అనేది మీరు వాచెస్ లో డిఫైన్ చేసుకోవచ్చు. సో వాచెస్ లో చూస్తే మీకు క్వార్ట్జ్ మెటీరియల్ అనేది క్లియర్ గా కనపడుతుంది. సో ప్యూర్ సిలికా ఈజ్ కాల్డ్ ది క్వార్ట్జ్ మెటీరియల్. So this is the basic thing, that is silica is the main substances in rocks. Pure silica is called the quartz material. Next one, because all the atoms in the giant structures are joined by strong bonds. So you can see in the picture also, these are all the strong bonds between the atoms. So for every carbon atom there is a strong bond. So these, because all the atoms in the chain structures are joined by strong bonds, they have high melting point and high boiling point. So they do have the high melting point and the high boiling points, and they are usually hard and strong. So generally they are very hard and strong in structure. They have the high melting and boiling points. So this is the structure of a, this is the picture of a diamond and its shape. So we have already seen the shape of the diamond in the previous slide. Because all the atoms in the giant structures are uncharged, so there is no charging between the giant structure. They will not conduct electricity, so they do not conduct the electricity also. So they are not uncharged, so they are uncharged only, so they will not conduct electricity. Next one is the graphite structure. So the very comparing to the strong bonds, the graphite is also a best example for the strong bonds. So first one is the diamond shape, sorry, diamond structure, and second one is the graphite structure. So these two structures are very good examples of the strong bonds, that is very strong bonds. These carbon atoms, so the common form of the carbon found in the generally SOOT structure, charcoal and pencil leads. So graphite is also the one of the form of carbon only, and these carbon atoms each joined to the three others with strong bonding structure. So you can see the structure in the this picture. So each carbon atom is joined with the three other carbon atoms with strong bondages to make the hexagonal sheet of atoms. But when coming to the diamond, it is joined with the four others, that is four carbon atoms. So it forms the strong bonds to make hexagonal sheets of atoms. Next one is the weak bonds and the strong bonds. So you can see the weak bonds and the strong bonds in the structure. So the red color indication is the weak bonds, blue color indication is the strong bond structure. and the sheet of atoms are joined to other sheets by weaker bonds only. So this is the sheet here. So this is the sheet of strong bond and this is the sheet of weak bond. So the weak bond is indicated in the dotted lines, that is dotted line structure, and the strong bond is indicated in the thick line, and the length of the weaker bonds is 0.34 nanometers, but compared to the strong bonds it is 0.14 only. So the distance between the two strong atoms is 0.14 nanometers, and the distance between two weaker atoms is 0.34 nanometers. So these are the two different cases, and this is the graphite structure which is obtained in the market. So this is the also the graphite structure. So as the bonds between the layers of atoms are weak, they can easily slide over the each other. So they can easily slide over each other atoms. As the carbon atoms are only bonded to three other carbon atoms, the extra electrons forms the clouds of free electrons between the layers. So these form the free electrons between the layers. So they can form the free electrons between the layers also. So these carbon atoms are only bonded to the three other carbon atoms, and the extra electrons forms the clouds of free electrons between the layers. So the bonds between the layers of atoms are weak, they can easily slide over each other. So here you can see the sliding of graphite strong bonds into the strong bonds. So as they get the weaker sections there, so they form the stronger and weaker bonds. So the strong bonds is seen in the dark lines and the weaker bonds is seen in the dotted lines. The electrons are free to form in its structure. So they can form the two types of bonds. That is the weak bonds and strong bonds. So now let us now see the different properties of the graphite. So the strong bonds between the atoms mean it has high melting and boiling points. So we have already discussed about the melting point of graphite, that is about 2000 degrees centigrade. So it is very high temperature regarding to the other. So that is 2000 degrees centigrade. And the weak bonds between the layers mean it is soft and slippery as the layers slide over each other easily. So they can slide over each other and they are used in the pencils and as a solid lubricant also. So they are used in the pencils and as a solid lubricant also. These weak bonds between the layers means it is soft and slippery in nature. So when you have seen the soft and slippery nature of the graphite, it means it has a weak bond. So the example is pencil. So the pencil has a very weak bonds in structure and they are slide over the each other. They will slide over each other. That is the difference. And the free electrons between the layers means the graphite conducts electricity and it is used as sliding contacts in the electric motors. So you can see the right side picture, that is the sliding contact between the layers which is used as the graphite material. So a graphite material is used in the sliding contacts of the electric motors. These are the different graphite properties. So these are the different types of strong bonds between the atoms. So it means it has high melting and boiling points. So when you see the lead pencils, so if you have seen the lead pencils, it is very weak in structure. That means you can break the lead pencils easily because it has very weak bonds between the layers. So it is very soft in structure and slippery in structure also. So if you are seeing the hard structure, so you can see the coal also. So బొగ్గు కూడా చూడొచ్చమ్మా మనం. సో బొగ్గు కూడా సాఫ్ట్ గా ఉంటది, చాలా స్లిప్పరీగా ఉంటది, జారిపోతా ఉన్నట్టు ఉంటది మనకి చేతిలో పట్టుకుంటే. సో అది కూడా వీక్ బాండ్స్ వల్ల తయారైంది. సో ఇట్ హ్యాస్ ఆల్సో వెరీ less weak bonds. So it has also very high weak bonds. So that is why it is weak in structure and it forms the soft and slippery nature. And the free electrons between the layers can conduct the electricity. So the free electrons means the weaker bonds can form the electricity very well. So it can conduct the electricity very well, and they are also used as the sliding contacts in the electric motors. So these are also used in the sliding contacts in the electric motors. So this is all about the giant structures, giant molecular substances. We have a last bond, that is metallic bond, and we can discuss it in the next class. We can discuss it in the next class. That is the giant molecular substances. So if you have any doubts, ask me.